อ Öresunds train bound for Gothenburg. The Ödestad, Tronby, Copenhagen Airport.